You thought I wouldn't notice you and that other person sneaking around behind my back. That was your biggest mistake. I know exactly where you are right now, and I'm coming. On February 23, 2024, a shocking murder took place on Silver Bell Slope at Aspen Ski Resort in Colorado. 28-year-old Sienna Collins was skiing with her instructor when she was suddenly shot in the head by a sniper rifle. The weapon used was a .308 Winchester, and the shot was fired from an estimated distance of nearly 470 meters. Death was immediate. The first emergency call came from a 72-year-old retired federal judge who was skiing nearby. His voice was shaking as he told dispatchers that a woman was lying motionless in the snow while a ski instructor screamed beside her. He reported a dark red stain spreading across the white snow near her head. Mountain rescue teams arrived within minutes. According to their report, Sienna's body was found several meters away from the main slope, where the terrain flattened slightly. One ski had come off and lay a short distance away, while the other was still attached. Her ski poles were scattered around her, suggesting she had fallen suddenly and without warning. A nurse on the rescue team confirmed a fatal gunshot wound to the left side of her head. There were no signs of life, and due to the severity of the injury, no resuscitation was attempted. Witnesses later described the instructor's scream as something far more disturbing than panic. It sounded like the realization that something irreversible had just happened. Local police quickly arrived and immediately suspected foul play. Officers with years of experience on ski-related accidents knew this was no ordinary incident. The wound, bullet trajectory, and lack of any struggle made it clear this was a targeted ubийство. Investigators determined that the shot came from the northeast, likely from a forested area overlooking the slope. The victim was moving at the time she was hit, indicating exceptional marksmanship. Authorities estimated the shooter's distance at several hundred meters, pointing to the use of a high-powered rifle and advanced shooting skills. A search team combing the forest soon discovered a spent .308 Winchester shell casing near a tree. Knee impressions in the snow and a clear rifle butt mark suggested the shooter had taken a stable, deliberate firing position. Nearby snowmobile tracks led to a service road used by resort staff, suggesting the killer escaped quickly using specialized equipment. Ballistics experts later confirmed that the ammunition used was high-grade hunting ammo designed for long-range precision. Hitting a moving target from such a distance required extensive training, possibly military or law enforcement background. As detectives dug into Sienna's life, they learned Sienna lived in Denver and worked as a highly respected digital marketing specialist at a tech company. She had taken time off for what was supposed to be a mountain trip with her husband to celebrate their anniversary, but her husband never came. Instead, Sienna booked 3 days of private ski lessons. Resort staff confirmed she had been training intensely with her instructor and appeared focused and professional. However, the instructor later revealed that Sienna had mentioned serious marital problems. Her husband had grown distant, and the trip was meant to repair their relationship, a plan that ultimately failed when he refused to join her. Phone records showed Sienna received several upsetting calls shortly before her death. After one of them, she became visibly shaken and abruptly shut off her phone. When police contacted her husband to inform him of her death, his reaction raised immediate red flags. Instead of shock or grief, he responded with calm questions about logistics and asked for time to finish work before coming in. Investigators found this behavior deeply unusual. Further investigation confirmed that he had been physically present at his workplace during the murder, but new evidence shifted the focus. GPS data from a rented snowmobile revealed repeated trips to the exact forest area where the shooter had been positioned, including one trip that perfectly matched the time of the murder. Earlier trips suggested reconnaissance, studying the slope, distances, and escape routes. The final trip coincided precisely with the time Sienna was killed. Ballistic analysis later matched the bullet recovered from Sienna's body to the same type of ammunition found at the shooting site. The rifling characteristics narrowed the weapon down to a small group of manufacturers, bringing investigators closer to identifying the rifle and the killer. What initially looked like a tragic accident on a ski slope was now unmistakably a cold, calculated execution. And the truth was only beginning to surface. Ballistics experts concluded that the rifle used in the crime was equipped with a high-quality hunting or precision target barrel. The polygonal rifling design suggested an emphasis on accuracy, confirming the shooter's intent to deliver a single, lethal shot from extreme distance. By the end of February 24th, investigators had reconstructed the entire crime in detail. Evidence showed that the killer spent weeks preparing for the operation, acquiring a weapon, practicing at a shooting range, studying the terrain, and arranging transportation. The level of planning revealed a highly intelligent individual with patience, discipline, and long-term strategic thinking. On the morning of February 25th, Marcel Collins arrived at the Pitkin County Police Station to formally identify his wife's body and provide a statement. The 32-year-old appeared physically exhausted from the drive, but remained composed and cooperative. Although Detective Reed observed an absence of strong emotional reaction, the identification process was completed quickly. Marcel confirmed the identity with little hesitation, quietly acknowledging that the victim was Sienna. Staff present during the procedure later noted the lack of visible grief, no tears, trembling, or attempts to touch the body, behavior that differed from most identification cases. Later that morning, Detective Reed began a formal recorded interrogation. Marcel declined legal counsel, insisting he had nothing to hide. He admitted that his 5-year marriage had recently become strained, largely due to his demanding work schedule following a promotion. While acknowledging emotional distance, he justified it as a necessary sacrifice for financial stability. He explained that the planned Aspen trip was canceled because a critical corporate network project carried severe financial penalties if delayed. According to him, Sienna chose to go alone, hoping time apart would help her reflect on their relationship. Marcel claimed he supported the decision, believing space might ease tensions. When questioned about possible infidelity, Marcel admitted he had grown suspicious over the previous 2 weeks due to secretive behavior and emotional withdrawal. However, he said he lacked proof and hoped the situation would resolve. His demeanor shifted noticeably when investigators raised the issue of monitoring software found on his wife's phone. He admitted installing remote access tools to confirm his suspicions, claiming it was done for clarity rather than harm. He stated that he discovered intimate messages between Sienna and her ski instructor shortly before her death, but planned to confront her after she returned. financial records raised serious concerns. Investigators uncovered multiple large cash withdrawals made over several weeks. One withdrawal matched the price of a precision rifle, while others aligned with ammunition purchases, shooting range fees, and a snowmobile rental. Each transaction was made at different locations, suggesting deliberate avoidance of detection. Marcel claimed the cash was spent on home repairs and routine expenses, but the explanation failed verification. Neighbors reported no renovation activity, utility records showed no service disruptions, and insurance providers had no repair claims. Cell phone data placed Marcel repeatedly near a precision shooting club during evening hours over several weeks. Records also placed his phone at a gun show on the same day a rifle matching the murder weapon was purchased. These findings contradicted his claim of having no interest in firearms. Military records revealed that Marcel previously served in a military police unit, where he received advanced firearms training. Former instructors described him as an exceptional marksman with strong long-range accuracy and tactical discipline. His service evaluations highlighted calm behavior under pressure and meticulous planning skills. When confronted with this information, Marcel partially revised his testimony, admitting firearm proficiency but denying recent use. Investigators then presented images from gun shops, shooting ranges, and rental facilities. While not conclusive, the physical characteristics closely matched Marcel. A forensic examination of his electronic devices uncovered even more damaging evidence. Deleted files revealed topographical maps of Aspen with marked vantage points overlooking ski slopes. Ballistic trajectory calculations accounting for wind and distance were also recovered, created just days before the murder. Search histories showed repeated checks of detailed weather forecasts during the exact time frame of the crime. Cell phone location data contradicted Marcel's alibi entirely. His device traveled from Denver to Aspen in the early morning hours on the day of the murder and returned shortly afterward. The timing aligned precisely with the shooting window. Carrier logs confirmed the data's accuracy, leaving no room for explanation. By the evening of February 25th, investigators had sufficient evidence to make an arrest. Marcel Collins was taken into custody on suspicion of first-degree murder. He showed no visible emotion as the charges were read and agreed to continue cooperating. During a late-night interrogation, prosecutors presented the full body of evidence. The turning point came when printed maps recovered from his computer were placed before him. For the first time, Marcel lost his composure. After a long silence, he asked to tell the truth. His recorded confession detailed months of planning. He admitted discovering his wife's affair and initially considering divorce, but financial consequences changed his thinking. Insurance payouts, he explained, offered a solution that preserved assets and eliminated future obligations. Marcel described the murder as a calculated decision rather than an emotional act. Drawing on his military training, he selected sniper tactics to distance himself from the crime scene. He purchased the rifle privately, trained extensively, and conducted reconnaissance trips under false pretenses. On the morning of the murder, he left Denver before dawn, transported the weapon concealed in his vehicle, and reached a pre-selected firing position overlooking the slope. He waited patiently until his wife entered a clear line of sight. Accounting for speed, wind, and distance, he fired a single shot that killed her instantly. After observing the scene to ensure he was not detected, Marcel dismantled the rifle and left the area, believing he had executed the perfect crime. He was wrong. In his haste to leave the area, the killer made a crucial mistake. One spent shell casing remained hidden in the snow, overlooked during his cleanup. He then returned to the snowmobile along a pre-planned forest route, reaching the rental point just over 20 minutes later. The vehicle was handed back shortly after noon. Markel claimed the trip had been unsuccessful, explaining that he failed to photograph any wildlife. The disassembled rifle was concealed inside a sports bag, which he described as camera equipment. Minutes later, he began the drive back to Denver. During the return journey, Markel admitted to destroying and disposing of the weapon in stages to eliminate evidence. The rifle barrel was thrown from a bridge into a fast-moving mountain river. The stock was deliberately broken and discarded in a roadside trash container, while the optical scope was damaged and buried in a wooded area off the highway. He arrived at his workplace in the mid-afternoon, deliberately presenting himself as exhausted and overworked. He openly complained to colleagues about sleepless nights and the pressure of completing an urgent project. The remainder of the day was spent maintaining the illusion of normal work activity. When Detective Reed later informed him of his wife's death, Markel admitted he was not shocked. He believed the crime would be mistaken for a random act, perhaps the work of a poacher or an unstable individual. What he underestimated was the speed and precision of the investigation and how quickly authorities recognized the operation as a professional execution. According to his confession, the motive was not solely revenge. Divorce would have meant dividing assets, selling the family home, and paying long-term alimony. A life insurance payout of $650,000 eliminated those concerns entirely, guaranteeing financial security without further obligations. Another factor was wounded pride. Markel admitted feeling deeply humiliated that his wife had chosen a younger ski instructor over him. He viewed the affair as an unforgivable insult and believed it demanded a decisive response. In his mind, Sienna had destroyed their marriage for a temporary passion, and he refused to accept that loss. The confession lasted several hours and was fully recorded with his consent. Markel described each phase of the planning and execution in detail, information that led investigators to recover additional physical evidence. Search operations began at first light the following morning. Divers located the rifle barrel at the bottom of a mountain river, exactly where Markel said he had discarded it. Despite prolonged exposure to water, forensic analysis revealed rifling marks that matched the bullet recovered from the victim. Other components of the weapon were later recovered from a dumpster and wooded areas along the highway. The damaged scope still carried a serial number, allowing investigators to trace its sale back to a gun show. This discovery definitively linked Markel to the murder weapon. Further analysis revealed that the forged documents used to purchase the rifle and rent the snowmobile were produced by an underground operation specializing in false identities. Digital evidence showed the documents were ordered from Markel's home computer, adding yet another layer of proof. Prosecutors charged Markel Collins with first-degree murder under aggravated circumstances. The aggravating factors included premeditation, financial motive, use of a firearm, and the calculated killing of a trusted family member. The trial began in September 2024. The defense attempted to argue that the crime was committed under emotional distress after discovering infidelity. However, extensive planning, technical preparation, and professional execution destroyed any claim of an impulsive act. After more than a week of deliberation, the jury returned a unanimous guilty verdict. Sentencing followed days later. Markel Collins was sentenced to life imprisonment without the possibility of parole. He showed no visible emotion as the verdict and sentence were read, listening with the same calm detachment that had marked his confession. Blake Stone, the ski instructor who witnessed the killing, left Aspen shortly after the tragedy. He later relocated to another state and continued working in the ski industry. In a rare interview, he admitted that the guilt of the affair had followed him ever since, a burden he would carry for the rest of his life.